talking Blue Raider football. Live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill, it's Rich Stockstill Live. 1 hour of football conversation with the head coach of the Blue Raiders. Be a part of the show on Twitter using the hashtag AskStock. Tonight's show is presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Bud Light, it's for the fans. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of TSU. Now with head coach Rick Stockstill, here's the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters. Let's go!
Welcome into the Boulevard tonight on this Monday as we have Coach Rick Stockstill with us talking Middle Tennessee football here until 7 o'clock this evening. Glad to have you all with us as Middle comes off a 39-14 victory at Colorado State. Coach Stockstill is here with us tonight. And, Coach, how are you today?
I'm great, Chip. How are you? Appreciate everybody being here tonight here at the Boulevard. Great food, great service. Everything's great here at the Boulevard.
It is, and it's going to make it a little greater here in a few minutes when Jalen Lane steps up here. He's our player guest tonight.
Big Boogie Lane coming in.
I'll tell you one thing, he was not shy about getting into the menu over there tonight. But he's a growing young man.
I think he's those Asian wings. Is that what you are? Yeah, he's a wing man.
Yep.
So highly recommended by Jalen Lane.
You always need a good wingman, and Jalen's a good one.
He's a great one.
He will be with us here at about 20 after. Also, Greg Pogue, the voice of the TSU Tigers, he is making history tonight because he will be the first opponent radio announcer who will be here in person instead of on the phone or over Zoom. So he'll join us at 6:30. But, Coach, your ball club last week, they heard all the slings and arrows after James Madison. They went to work, backed each other up, had a great week of practice, and went out and very lively in warm-ups. And then when the game started, made great plays early on, took control of the game and en route to the win. Yeah,
I was really proud of our team, obviously. That's an understatement. Just, how hard they work, how resilient they are every day. They come to work, and it's a credit to their character and their commitment to this program that we didn't do what we wanted to do the first week, but like I told everybody and told them, it's a marathon, and there's a lot of games to be played, and block out all that noise because that's all it is. It's just a bunch of noise, and they did a great job of that and focused on getting better, and we got better during the week. And went out there and showed a lot of mental toughness, a lot of great, really focus, to go that far of a trip, a 3-hour flight, and then, the altitude and all that. And I don't really believe that was much of a factor. I didn't see any of our guys really grasping for air a bunch. And maybe they did. That's a question you can ask them, but I didn't notice it. And but got out to a great start, with the interception for a touchdown. Then, offensively we were very consistent, moved the ball and put some points on the board, and our defense was just dominant, very relentless, shut down the running game early, and really made them one-dimensional. When the score got to what it was, became one-dimensional, and it enabled our guys to pin their ears back and come after the quarterback. And thought we did a really good job of making him uncomfortable. We sacked him 9 times, but we hit him a bunch. We harassed him. We got around him, and you hit a quarterback that many times, it's usually a good day for you, and it was. So I'm really proud of our team, and we'll continue to work and continue to get better this week and ignore this noise that we're hearing this week. And get better and get ready to play a good Tennessee State team.
Yep, they'll be here on Saturday night at 6 o'clock for the second meeting in the last 4 or 5 years, and it's that we'll talk a whole lot more about that in our second half hour. But you mentioned making the big play early, and I know one play does a game not make, but the play Trey Fluellen made on the very first play from scrimmage, it certainly set a tone, and it it gave your guys juice and had to put a bit of a sliver of doubt in the minds of the Colorado State players.
I think the big thing was just, it was a good shot of confidence. Something – because we just come off, we're kicking off, and we lost a really good player to an injury on kickoff. So you're amped up, you're ready to go play the game, and now one of your teammates get hurt, and now you're sitting there for a good, seemed like forever, 15, 20 minutes, because we had to bring the cart out for him and all that kind of stuff. And, so now the next play, it just kind of gave us a shot of confidence and ignited everybody. And then the very next play on the extra point, we lost another player for the game. So we lost 2 players in the first 3 plays of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, it took, because the kickoff was at 6:07 our time, or 3:07, and it took 12 minutes to play the first 9 seconds. And that was including the return by Trey, and you're right, to be able to come back and while everybody's standing around and waiting, and then keep that energy level up. So you went up 7-0 there, came back, got a field goal on a really nice 11-play, 63-yard drive, and I think Zeke liked that air out there for sure.
Yeah, Zeke did a nice job. Got 2 field goals, hit all his extra points, and I thought Payne, really did a nice job on kickoffs. The first half or the first quarter he was kicking with the wind, but there in the second and in the fourth he did a really nice job of when he was kicking against the wind of getting them down there a little bit further. He did a nice job, and but Zeke did a nice job. Brody, good snaps, and Kyle had good holds on it as well. So I thought we were a lot better, in the kicking game, especially punting the ball.
Yep, Frank Pizant had one of his 2 touchdowns in the first half, and it came at the end of a 7-play, 41-yard drive, and he scored on a 1-yard run. And I thought he ran really hard in between the tackles in particular.
Yeah, Frank's he's a tough, hard-nosed runner, and I wish he'd have hung on to that ball there in the third quarter, because he's a guy that usually doesn't put the ball on the ground, and he's got good ball security for the most part, but he let one get away from him there. But I thought Frank set the tone a little bit on his first carry, our first offensive play, where he jumped up in there inside and then bounced out to their sideline. I think it was a 25-yard run.
Yep.
And I thought that, really kind of helped us offensively because it was a tough physical run. We had good blocking, on the perimeter by our receivers. They did a really nice job downfield. So I thought that was, a big shot in the arm also for our offense.
And speaking of another shot in the arm, your defense got forced a fumble. Jalen Davis forced it. Jacarius Wyatt recovered it. Your ball club took over at the 6-yard line, and I think it stopped Colorado State's best drive of the first half inside the 5-yard line, and you guys got it and drove it 76 yards back down the field and took 6.5 minutes off the clock and got another Rankin field goal, that one from 35.
Yeah, I was really proud of our defense because we gave them 30 yards on that drive. We had a pass interference penalty, and then we had a infraction on the sideline penalty, there. So that put them down there 30 yards, so we gave them.
Yeah, 30 yards.
They hadn't done anything offensively, and, we give them 30 yards to get down there, and we come up with a fumble. And I told our team yesterday that, you bow your necks down there and you get a turnover on the 6-yard line, and, our offense went 17-play drive that took 6 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock, and we kick a field goal. I wish we could have knocked it in, and got 7 out of it, but that was a really good drive, and it got our defense off the field, and, they come back out there, energized and get another turnover right there at the buzzer. And we're able to go in and capitalize on that.
Yep, and Frank Pizant again, after Jordan Branch had recovered a fumble, took it in from one on a three-play short field drive, but the Raiders cashed in on that, and they led at halftime by a score of 27-0. We're coming to you live tonight from the Boulevard Bar and Grill just across from campus at the corner of East Main and Middle Tennessee. Our favorite sports bar and grill in Murfreesboro. Stop by today at the Boulevard. We'll take a timeout, more with Coach Rick Stockstill after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
It's red.
With heated seats.
Serious air conditioning.
And that little compartment thingy, you know, where you put your sunglasses.
You found the perfect car. Now get the perfect loan with Ascend. We've got low rates, flexible terms, and you can apply online at ascend.org or at any of our branch locations.
I'm gonna name her Betty.
Auto loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union. Banking without the bank. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight for Rick Stockstill Live. And our opening segment was brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Murfreesboro Post, just $20 a year for 52 issues. Visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. Coach Rick Stockstill here with us, and the Blue Raiders took a 27-0 lead at halftime into the locker room and came right back out after Colorado State had won the toss, and they chose to receive the football. So Middle got it to start the second half, and Chase Cunningham immediately connected up with Elijah Metcalf, and on a 42-yard touchdown pass to make it 34-0. And Coach Elijah Metcalf, he's one of those guys that has the speed, has a lot of the talent, just like Jalen Lane, who we'll talk to here in a bit, and really good to get those guys involved in the offense.
Yeah, you know, you go back to that. I told our team yesterday, you know, the analytical side of it, you know, the middle eight, those last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, you know, we outscored. It was 17-0. We outscored them 10-0, you know, to end the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. So you go into halftime with a lot of momentum. You're up 27, and then you get the ball coming out, and we capitalize on that. And so you outscore them 17-0 in the middle 8 there. And then it was good to get Elijah in there. He had a drop the first game, really his first game really playing a bunch, and he had a drop, and told him on Sunday, I said, you're not going to catch them all. You're going to have drops, and you just got to be able to put it behind you. And, you're a good player, you're a good receiver, good things are going to happen to you. So flush it. Nothing you can do about it now, and scored that touchdown. I was glad to see him get that one, his first college touchdown. And, and I told him on the sideline when he came off, I said, remember what I told you on Sunday. And, so really proud for him and happy for him because he's such a hard worker. He's a good player, obviously, but really a hard worker, and I was glad to see him have some success.
Yep, his touchdown made it 34-0, and you knew that at some point you were going to have to fend off a home team, and Colorado State is, got a lot of new guys, new coaching staff, and they were going to make a run at you somewhere, and they did in the third quarter, and they made plays, and but you guys, you held them off and made a couple of really key plays defensively, I thought, in that third quarter to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit and keep your lead going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at any game, college game, you can look at NFL games, and, it's never over till that whistle sounds so it doesn't matter if you're up 34-0 or if you're tied or you're behind. And you see leads all the time. Teams are, they're so athletic now and explosive, and, they got good players too. And, we helped them a little bit, with a couple turnovers there, and they got some momentum. And but it's to be expected, and you're not going to, if we expected them not to come back, we were smoking what they were smoking up in them stands. And, so it was, really proud of our team and how they responded because, they took our punch and then we had to take their punch. And we took it and we hung in there and fought and, got some stops defensively. And then we did a really nice job offensively. We got the ball, I think it was 9.5 minutes left when DeCorian got that interception, and
yep.
It's 2 minutes left in the game when we punt it back to him, and so we pinned him down there on the 2-yard line. Kyle hit a nice punt, so
yep.
Really proud of our team and how they fought and competed that game.
Yeah, the 2 turnovers you had the third quarter, they actually only got 7 points out of those because they missed a field goal. Then you come back, DeCorian gets the interception, gives you the ball with 7:45 to play, and even though you don't score points on that drive, you kept it for nearly 5 minutes, and then the secret weapon, Kyle Ulbrich, comes in and puts it out at the 2-yard line. So, 2 of the biggest plays of the game to bookend the whole thing. You had the pick six to begin it, and you had a great punt to end it. Basically, when it stuck them down at the 2-yard line, it was pretty much over for them.
Yeah, I mean, you get them down there, and it's a 2-score game, and as long as you keep the ball in front of you and you don't give them something over the top, it's going to be hard for them to come back. And we did a great job. Our coach Scott Schaefer and Tommy West and Strap and Dustin, those guys on defense, and our players really did a good job. Had a great game plan and just really did a great job defensively. Our players and our staff and everybody, and and the other thing that's kind of nobody talks about or hasn't talked about is I thought we did a much better job of catching punts and covering punts in this game. We didn't give them a lot of, that ball didn't hit the ground and run around.
Jalen made really came up on a short punt, made a great catch on it, and saved what could have been a lot of invisible yards.
Yeah, again, we had, Jalen and Teldrick Ross back there because in the Michigan game they were rugby style. They kicked it and put the ball on the ground and rolled it. And they did not do that for whatever reason. Maybe it's because we put 2 guys back there. Maybe we scared them out of it and they went more conventional, or they just changed for whatever reason. But I thought how we caught punts was really critical in that game as well.
Yep, 34-19 the final. Middle Tennessee gets the win and evens the record now at 1-1 with Tennessee State coming in this Saturday night, 6 o'clock here in Murfreesboro. We'll take a timeout, and Blue Raider wide receiver and returner Jalen Lane will be our guest after this as you listen to Rick Stockstill Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you'll never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 6 pods on campus. And try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience. Farmers Market now open. Located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information. Or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back to the Boulevard on this Monday night for Rick Stockstill Live. Middle Tennessee set to host Tennessee State this Saturday, 6 o'clock at Floyd Stadium. Hope you can be there as well. You can go to goblueraiders.com/tickets and get your tickets online. And time now to welcome in the pride of Clover, South Carolina, Mr. Jalen Lane.
Yes, sir.
Give him a nice round of applause.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll tell you, with you, they ought to change that name to Four Leaf Clover, South Carolina. I tell you, it was when it came out that you were committed and you were going to come here. You'd been recruited by a lot of folks, and that was one of those recruiting stories that everybody was excited about. Jalen Lane, we're reading good things about him. What was it in your visits and during your recruitment that really, in your mind, said Middle's where I need to be?
You know, a lot of things went into it, but really the main thing I focused on was the love I felt from Coach Stock and the rest of the coaching staff. You know, when I came up here on my first official visit, you know, I met with all of them. Coach Stock told me how much, he cared about me and stuff like that. And he had already been on a home visit as well. So, I just felt like I truly belonged here.
Well, that's good. And we feel the same way. We feel like you belong here too, and glad to have you. You ended up having a couple of freshman years. I mean, right now with folks who still have a COVID year left, it's really hard to figure out what class a lot of guys are in. But you are now a sophomore officially, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Freshman All-American last year, preseason watch list for Conference USA, as well as others, including the Paul Horning Award watch list. What was it last year in the way that you went about your business that all of a sudden the light comes on and things slow down for you a little bit and things just start happening?
Like you said, my freshman year, 2020, when COVID hit, that being pretty much a free year for me really got me kind of comfortable with, the fast pace of college football and stuff like that. So next year came around, I'm pretty much a freshman again, but I already got a little experience under my belt. So we just hit the ground running with that. And I just dove in, really.
Yeah. And for you, I mean, obviously you have confidence in your abilities and were able to come out and I think play, you weren't looking over your shoulder. You were just playing. Yeah. And especially, we were seeing things on the offensive side, but did you feel like that special teams and the return game could really make a difference in the way that you played?
Yeah, because, as a team, we always emphasize the importance of special teams. Without special teams, without good play on special teams, you're probably not going to win many games. So we always emphasize that. And, with punt return, that was just one of the ways that I could help impact the game. One of the ways the whole team could impact the game, so we took advantage of that.
Yep, and you were certainly able to do that last year. Looking at your numbers from a year ago, coming into this season, you already had nearly 600 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns, and in punt returns, you averaged 15.3 and had a 70-yard punt return against Monmouth. And, it didn't hurt that happened very first game of the year. That helps raise the Jazz level a bit too.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like it kind of set the trajectory for the year. It just became the standard. We're going to do good on every game. Offense, special teams, whatever it is, we're going to try to do our best, make plays.
This is your third year on campus, but you still seem like one of the young fellas to me.
Yeah.
Now, all these new guys who've come in over the last year, do you like being someone that they can look to and talk to and somewhat be a mentor to them and kind of help them get their feet on the ground here on campus?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm easy to talk to. You can come to me about anything, and I really just try to be a great role model for those coming in. Just try to be the standard for be an example of the standard for the team. So nothing can drop off. You can just continue to grow as you come through the program.
Yep, and we've seen so many guys come through here and do well. There's a lot of folks who are listening to us. We're wanting the Titans to win yesterday, but Richie James had a big part in the Giants winning yesterday. He was really good in the middle part of the game, yeah, and helped them out a lot. Coach brought up something the other day that I didn't even think about. This will be the first home game since last November. You guys have played 4 straight away from home and have won 3 of them. You won at FAU, you won the bowl game, and you won this past weekend at Colorado State. You guys had to do a lot of growing up and be mature to come through that stretch of games and have that kind of success.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah, and we put a lot of emphasis on, no excuses as well. It don't matter where we're playing at, what time we're playing. We just got to go out and play our best ball. And, like you said, since November, been, 8 months or something like that since
right.
Last home game. So it'd be nice to be back in front of the home fans.
It will be. And do you have any sense of what it's – have you had any of the local guys who grew up around here that your teammates, have they talked about what it's going to be like to play TSU? Because it is a backyard – get after it kind of day.
Yeah, you know, all the guys who are still on the team from the last time, you can tell that they're really excited, like Ferg, Chase, Yusuf, all of them, because, you know, they knew what the atmosphere was like.
And it'll be that way again.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Hey, were you part of the countdown show that they did on YouTube?
Yeah, I narrated. Me and Yusuf narrated the last episode.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Ferg narrated the first one.
Yes, sir.
And Chase, I think, did the second or third episode. Did you have fun playing that role?
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Cause, me and Yusuf did it at the same time. And every time he would read it, he would be going too fast. Like, slow down. But, you know, it was fun. It was good times.
Yeah.
You know.
The folks in Athletic Communications did a great job. If you haven't seen it, they're only about 8 minutes long, and there's 4 episodes of the countdown, and it led up through fall camp to the beginning of the season. All right, we're in it now. We're in the grind. We're going, and you just talked about it a moment ago, but you don't have the luxury that, or thank goodness you don't, that all of us fans, we can sit around and worry about what's happening over the next 4 weeks. All you guys have is what is on the plate in front of you. And does that single-mindedness, how important is that for all the players to be that way? Because don't worry about what's 2 weeks. Don't worry about what's a month away. Just worry about what's on your plate.
Yeah, you know, we always say make the most important thing the most important thing. And, you know,
and control the controllables.
Control, yep. And if the whole team has that mindset, you know, we're just all locked in. There's less mistakes, less mental errors and stuff like that. So, you know, just being locked in as a whole is very important.
I'll tell you were a big part of the other day in the return game, and also that great catch you made down the sideline. It was good to see 83 back out there.
Yes, sir. It felt great to be back.
All right, 83 right here. Jalen Lane, thanks for coming in tonight.
Appreciate you.
All right, Jalen Lane joins us here on Rick Stockstill Live. We're going to go behind enemy lines tonight in our next segment. Greg Pogue will join us as he is the voice of the TSU Tigers, and he's here in the house at the Boulevard. Back after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
From scholarship and grant programs to providing students with the qualifications and certifications they need to start their professional careers, the Tennessee Lottery has awarded more than $6.5 billion in funding to education programs. And we're proud to play our part. See for yourself how all of the fun of the Tennessee Lottery goes to supporting someone's future and a brighter tomorrow at tnlottery.com.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Hi, Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight for Rick Stockstill Live. And, boy, Jalen Lane great here tonight. And he'll be exciting to watch on Saturday night. Glad to have Greg Pogue here with us, who is the voice of the Tennessee State Tigers. And Greg, you've been doing that. Well, first of all, welcome.
Well, thank you. Good to be here.
And you've been doing it now a couple of years, but been part of the Mid-State.
11.
Is that real? Isn't that many?
Yes.
It doesn't seem that way.
I know, yeah.
But and you are a native of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Right, and Western graduate.
And a Western grad.
But my daughter Grace is a
Grace
Blue
went to
Raider.
school here,
right.
That's right. But you've been, matter of fact, I used to write a column for you back about 30 years ago when you had a sports paper in town. But you've
started it when I was 16.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But it's been. I know you've had a lot of fun because you've done a lot of radio in Nashville in the Mid-State. Also, a lot of writing, and that's where your passion has lied for all those years. Is in your writing, and that's what got you going.
Well, yeah, but it became a job.
Right.
After a while, and sort of got away from it. Obviously, here's the Daily News Journal, Nashville Banner, and all the different projects that I'm involved with. And, I got my daily sports talk show. You come on it. Rick comes on with it every Wednesday. And so, yeah, and the TSU thing, I've really enjoyed it. Rod Reed and Teresa Phillips, and then now with Eddie George and Dr. Mickey Allen, the AD, and really the attention that HBCUs are getting. Just was at the Southern Heritage Classic in Memphis. Deion Sanders, Jackson State, Eddie George, and obviously TSU, 50,000 plus inside the building, another 50,000 out just tailgating and partying. But just Eddie and what he's done with it. He really had a rough start with it last year. You remember the OVC in the pandemic fall didn't play football. They moved that season to spring, and then Eddie wasn't hired until after that. So his first season last year, he didn't have spring practice.
Right.
And so he had to get all that up and running in a pandemic year. So this is the first full year that he's had the entire process of a recruiting process, spring, summer programs, and now into the season.
And much like Middle, they have been on the road early this season. Started out the year at Eastern Washington, and I got to know, how tough was it? Hard to call on a game on the red turf?
It was red. Let me tell you that, redder than my neck, as a matter of fact. But
which is saying a lot,
really. And no, it wasn't. I thought it would be.
But the contrast of the blue
the Eastern Washington was all red, but the white numbers really stood out. And then it wasn't as, after you get into it, you really didn't notice it. But
it's like anywhere.
The first time you look at it, you go, "Dang, that's red."
Yeah, it's very red.
But you're talking about where TSU, they're 0-2, and those old woulda, shoulda, coulda games at Eastern Washington, the number 12 team in the country at the time. They played Jackson State, the number 13 team in the country, obviously both FCS, and they went toe-to-toe with both of those. So there's certainly positive progress for Eddie in that second year.
And defensively, they've been good both games.
Right. And, Jackson State put up 59 on Florida A&M, and then they went 3.5 quarters Saturday down at the Liberty Bowl until they had the game's only touchdown.
This week, coming to Middle, renewing this rivalry, and it's one of those that I think gets attention in the Mid-State area, whether you have a dog in the hunt or not. People are going to eyeball this much like Middle and Vandy when they've played in the past. But Middle and TSU, having been former OVC members together, and you have so many guys that played in high schools in the Mid-State that are on Middle's roster. Same thing for TSU's roster. So there might be a little backslapping going on out there.
Well, and what I think the first game in the renovated Floyd Stadium was TSU, and I think it drew 28,000, fans and for that game.
It was, for a long time, it was the largest crowd to ever play at Floyd Stadium, and it was the very first in the renovated Floyd
2000?
Stadium. That's correct. I actually have it right here. That was in September 5th of 98. It was 27,568. Since then, there have been 3 others who have eclipsed that, with Georgia Tech being the largest crowd that was here. But, the friendliness or the friendships that are going to go out there make this interesting.
Yeah, and it's a good game. It's certainly, getting the FBS test. And I was looking at the roster. This past Saturday, there were 49 players on the roster. They didn't all play. 49 players, 30 for Jackson State, 19 for TSU, that had come from FBS schools.
Wow.
Now, you can drop down before the transfer portal. You could drop down and not sit out. But it just shows you, how quickly you can plug holes here and there with the transfer portal, and that's what that's what Jackson State done. That's what Eddie has done as well.
We saw it this past week. Colorado State, I think the number was 53 players that were new to their roster this year. What do you feel like Tennessee State's strengths are coming in, and what do you feel like Middle's strengths are going to be in this matchup?
Well, watching just as much of this past Saturday as I could while I was working, and certainly you get a pick six real quick. That helps, doesn't it?
It does help.
But Draylon Ellis, the quarterback, transfer from Austin Peay, experienced. He set a school record, 2 school records last year at Austin Peay in total offense and passing yards. And you know how much they've thrown it back even to Will Healy and before that. And Devon Starling, kid out of Cane Ridge, went to Memphis, transferred back, had 207 rushing yards against Eastern Washington. Defensively, Brandon Fisher, Jeff Fisher's son, is the defensive coordinator. They're really strong on that side of the ball. They fly around a lot. Got some players on that side, like a McKay Pope, transfer from Ohio State. They got a wide receiver, Holloman, transfer from Georgia. So there are FBS level players there. They're just not enough to go around.
Yep, and there's still the differences in numbers on the roster, things like that. But it'll be good because you can only put 11 at a time out there anyway, and it'll be a lot of fun. But I can tell you this: if the weather is anywhere close to decent, which I think it's going to be, the tailgating on Saturday will be strong between these two groups.
Well, I look forward to it. Of course, I expect Mark Owens for the visiting media to expect.
He always has a nice
throw
spread
throw out a spread.
Exactly. Hoagie, thanks for coming over tonight
always a
and
pleasure.
making history, being our first.
Well, there you go.
To be here live with us.
It's just because I don't know how to do Zoom.
That's right. There you go. All right, Greg Pogue, the voice of the TSU Tigers, joining us. We'll take a timeout. Coach Stock will rejoin us, and we'll talk about the week ahead. Coming up after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Need some cash? Use this card fee-free at Ascend's 2 on-campus ATMs and at thousands of ATMs worldwide. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time. If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, Chip Walters here. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at Gate 2A on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard on this Monday night. If you're listening, Darius White is our studio producer tonight. If you're watching, Drew Strauss is handling the video from here at the Boulevard. Coach Rick Stockstill back with us and run through the scoreboard from around Conference USA this past weekend. UTSA came from behind to win in overtime at Army 41-38. Charlotte 0-3 now after a 56-21 loss to Charlotte. UAB had the lead on Liberty, but Liberty ends up winning it 21-14 up in Lynchburg, Virginia. Florida Atlantic got a 42-9 win over Southeast Louisiana. Texas State downed FIU 41-12. Stephen F. Austin on the road at Louisiana Tech. 52-17, the Texters got the win. Also, McNeese playing at Rice, and the Owls 52-10 winners. North Texas winners over Texas Southern 59-27, and UTEP wins the Battle of I-10 against future Conference USA member New Mexico State 20-13. And Coach, one thing that was pretty evident is a lot of folks had to play in our league played on the road the opening weekend, and this week a lot of them ended up with some home games, and the league did pretty well in non-conference competition this past week.
Yeah, I just listened to what you said. I guess UAB got beat out of conference, FIU got beat out of conference, and everybody else, or Charlotte got beat out of conference, and everybody else won, I think, from what you said there. So it's going to be a very competitive league here as everybody starts to get into conference play here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, my radio partner, Jeff Murphy, is he has the pulse of the group of five with he and his guys that are the group of five guys. And this was a big weekend across the country for G5 football from coast to coast. Sunbelt had a great week. Conference USA had a really good week.
Yeah, Sunbelt, had three huge wins, Nebraska, Texas A&M, and Notre Dame. Those guys did a great job. Congratulations to those coaches and players, and that was a heck of a weekend for those guys. So, like I said, though, it'll be a good run here coming up in the next couple weeks.
Yep, and two more non-conference games left in the schedule this week against Tennessee State, and then a week from Saturday at Miami. And we did learn today that will be an afternoon kickoff at Hard Rock Stadium, 2:30 Central Time, and it will be televised on the ACC network. Jalen Lane was with us and did a fantastic job, as we knew he would be. With a guy like that, and is the amount of talent he has and the way that he can make plays in so many ways, do you try to get the ball in his hands as much as you can and in as many different ways as you can?
Oh, yeah, you'd be foolish not to. He's a very dynamic player, very smart football player, plays really well with the ball, and he plays really well without the ball. And
that doesn't always happen.
You know, he just does a good job. You know, he blocks. He's selfless. He's a great leader. He's voted a captain. You know, so he's a really, really good special football player, and you try to reward those guys with the ball as much as you can, because, you know, the more they touch it, the better things you got opportunities, better things are going to happen to your offensive football team. So, you try to get them be as creative as you can. And, you know, he missed the first game and was limited last week in practice and got to go ahead, you know, there on Thursday. So we were cognizant of his injury, and I don't want to say easing back into it, but we were cognizant of it and didn't want to do something where he's going to have another, 4-week setback and like he had there. So glad to have him back, and, you know, his energy, his leadership, and his playmaking ability will make us better.
Well, you mentioned injuries, and you guys right on the opening kickoff had one that didn't look very good at the time, and had 2 or 3 others during the game. So from a health standpoint, where are you as we speak today, heading in to game number 3?
Probably as bad as we've been, you know, going into the 3rd week of the season in a long, long time. We had a bunch of guys we had probably 6 guys that from the very first play to, halftime didn't finish the game. And so it's a big concern, going into this week. Yesterday we got kind of rained out, it rained, so we had to go in the gym and, really didn't get much done, just kind of a glorified meeting, walk through there. And then today was our day off, so I'll have a better idea, the availability of those guys tomorrow. But, we lost a bunch of guys, key guys, critical guys on both sides of the ball, that it's scary going into this week with the amount of people that are potentially out.
Tennessee State will bring a very athletic team that has, as we mentioned, they've gone on the road, went to Eastern Washington. They've gone on the road to take on Jackson State. And Eddie George, I heard you this morning talking about what he has brought to the table. I mean, Rod Reed did a great job there. Eddie George, that name, the Heisman Trophy winner, NFL Hall of Famer, great Tennessee Titan. But you talked about what he is as a man, and I think you've got kind of a mutual respect society there.
Yeah, like I said, his playing ability speaks for itself. Everybody can see that. When he was at Ohio State and then, in the NFL, everybody sees that, what a great player he was. But now that he's in the coaching profession, and then plus him staying around in this area from when he retired from the NFL, people realize, his impact on the community that he's involved in. So, like I said, I don't know him, but I do respect him as a man, as I've watched his interviews, even when he was playing. I watched his interviews, and now that he's coaching in this area, you see him a little bit more. So, ton of respect for him as a man. He's doing a great job there at Tennessee State. And like I said earlier today, those players are lucky that they've got a guy that, cares about them as a person, probably more so, or at least as much as he does as a player.
Yep, and he and his Tigers will be here this weekend for another matchup with Middle Tennessee. We'll take our final break of the night and be back to wrap things up with Coach Stock after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Make a comeback after joint and back pain and get back to what you love with help from Ascension St. Thomas Joint Replacement Institute and Ascension St. Thomas Spine Institute. Our experienced care teams offer the latest technology to help shorten recovery, including minimally invasive options and robotic surgery. And to make getting care easier, we connect the dots for you, helping you navigate everything from imaging and lab services to pharmacy and physical therapy. Details about appointment scheduling can be found at ascension.org/St. Thomas Joint and Spine.
This is Coach Stockstill. I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about the litter problem on our roadways. The Tennessee Department of Transportation spends $19 million every year just to pick up litter. There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter. Remind others not to, and report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're all on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
With the Kroger Plus card, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. And for every dollar you spend, you earn fuel points, which can add up to $1 per gallon off at the pump for the win. Plus, save every day on groceries and get personalized digital coupons for the win. The Kroger Plus card, all you do is win. Big, big savings. Sign up now at Kroger.com and start saving. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Raiders back at home this week after a long time of being on the road, and Bud Light proudly welcomes fans back to Floyd Stadium. This year, Bud Light is for the fans, and, Coach, it has been since prior to Thanksgiving of last year, since you guys have buttoned it up out on Floyd Stadium and Johnny Red Floyd Stadium.
Yeah, it seems like and it has been forever, but, like Jay Norvell, there at Colorado State, he asked me before the game, said who we play, and told him, and he asked me where, and I said, we're at home, and he said, you're finally at home. So I said, yeah, it seems like it's been forever, but no, we're excited about it. Tennessee State's going to bring a bunch of people, and it'll all be an exciting game and an electric atmosphere, and looking forward. I know our players are excited to be in front of our fans here for the first time this year.
Absolutely. You guys made a lot of strides from week 1 to week 2. Now you go week 2 to week 3. What are your points of emphasis this week?
Well, we got to find out. One, health is a big issue right now. We lost so many guys, like I said, that we're going to have to cut back on some stuff, and if these guys can't go, and just be very basic, because the guys that are going to play haven't played yet and this year. So one is to try to get as healthy as we can this week and find out who can play. And, again, like I told them yesterday, we're by far a finished product. So continue to coach, continue to work, and get better and improve, each day that we go out there. So, again, just worry about us, focus on us, and try to get a little bit better this week.
Yep, and it all comes down at 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and it'll be tailgating all day around here, so good luck with you this weekend.
Thank you, Chipper. You do a great job, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Coach Rick Stockstill joining us tonight. Thank you all for being here at the Boulevard. 1:30 tailgate show, or 4:30 tailgate show, 6 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, Middle and TSU here on the Blue Raider Network. Good night from the Boulevard.